Hey y'all, I come to you. What Rochelle Farrell said, with a heavy heart, don't feel like where to start. Said that. Y'all know one thing about it, two things for sure and three things for certain. I might not be able to sing regular music, bitch. I can sing the hell out of a Negro spiritual, bitch. And I won't complain. Woo! Come on, somebody, y'all. How are y'all doing? How are y'all doing? I know that we have had better days. I know that we have had better days. And life is kicking all of our ass right now. These kids going back to school. It ain't even no niggas left out here for us to hunch for money to get these kids. If you can't even find Nate to help you out this bind to get these kids these school clothes, please put school clothes in the chat, okay? Please put school clothes in the chat. If you looking for Nate, I'm in a bind, Nate. If you is looking for Nate to help you out this bind with these school clothes, let me tell y'all something. The streets is so bad. People is doing so bad. Cost of living is doing so bad. A bitch got a husband and she's still looking for Nate to help her with some school clothes, honey. I'm in a bind, Nate. And listen, you know, I just thought about something. You know, maybe I was too young when Set It Off came off. But that is some really horrible shit for a man to do to a woman. For a woman to be in a bind. I'm in a bind, Nate. And the only way you help her is to hunch her. That is low down. But the people did say you got big nerve to ask me for money with your panties on. Okay, so ladies, I'm just telling you what they said. They said you got big nerve to ask me for some money with your panties on. I ain't got no panties on. Ain't got no panties on. I ain't got no panties on the dance floor. Okay, it's a whole bunch of y'all putting school clothes in the chat. Shit. Ladies, y'all finna get real mad with me and I don't give a damn. And I ain't trying to pit two communities against each other. But y'all know who got all Nate money. And y'all know who getting all y'all men's money and y'all boyfriend money. T.S. Madison and Laverne Cox. Okay. The trans getting all y'all school clothes money. Between the trans and the sissies, the whole underground coochie economy done dried up. Honey, it done. T.S. Madison and Laverne Cox getting all y'all hoes Nate money. And the girls is mad, honey. They mad. I'm going to tell you, the lady boys in Thailand getting it. Them hoes in the Dominican Republic, they got them bumps in between their legs and in their butt. Them is the ones getting all y'all kids school clothes money. And I'm going to tell y'all something. It's a sad day. It's just a sad day for women's all across the world when you can't even rely on your coochie. The song used to go, coochie don't fail me now. I got to turn this mother out because I don't want nobody else. Yes. Let me tell you something. Now, the only way y'all finna get some school clothes money is if y'all make nice with the trans girls and have a threesome. Go ahead, honey. Half of y'all men already had y'all eating coochie after the strip club anyway. You already freaky dicky. You already freaky dicky. Oh, freaky dicky. Shucks. You might as well go in there and add threesome with a trans girl to your repertoire, honey. Don't knock it to you. You already like dick. And y'all already kissing on girls and eating coochie after the strip club with your breath smelling like lemon pepper wings and salmon, bitch. You might as well. I don't understand. You got the best of both worlds, titties and dick. You've been doing it. And if you love your kids strong enough, and if you was a real woman and a real mama who would do anything for her kids, you wouldn't let a little piece of trans come between your kids and them getting a book bag and some uniforms and a week worth of uniform shirts. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, if it was me, y'all don't get mad with me. Y'all know I had to come back with some mess. Y'all know I had. The girl said, not me, girl. Go on to the next thing. Good God Almighty, y'all. I feel so. I just looked at my teeth. They're done. Shouts out to Dr. Heavenly, soon to be, what it is, district commission. District, what she running for? Whatever she running for. City commission, district representative, House of Representatives, Dr. Heavenly, Conyers District 21, I think. I went to Dr. Conyers. I went to Dr. Heavenly today to get a teeth cleaning, and they're done. She did a real good job. I found a little piece of cavity I got to plug up. It's a small cavity approaching. All right, guys, let's jump into it really quickly. I didn't do a show last night because I had to go down to Miami. Everybody's asking me what was going on with my aunt. Got to Miami on Sunday. Went and picked up the old blue Honda Civic that I let her have. Went and got a hotel. Came back around her house Monday to take her to the doctor. So my cousin and my sister had to carry her or assist her to walk to my car because she's super weak and she's been down for 2 weeks. Get her to Conviva. And y'all know I am not a fan of using my platform to maim or injure other people's businesses. But I don't like Conviva. I don't like Conviva. Originally, I didn't like Conviva because I just thought it was too big. I don't like this corporatized healthcare. I don't like the fact that I have to call and my call goes to a call center. And I was trying to get an appointment all week or somebody to call me all week and to no avail. Okay. We get to Conviva. We go inside, Spanish fish at the front at the computer looking all dumb by the face. And they're going to say, well, we don't see anything in the computer for her for an appointment, but since she's here, she can go back and do the labs. Now, mind you, I was parking the car and they had told this to my sister. So we get back there, she do her labs, and then my sister calls me to the counter and says, they say that they can't see her today, that they schedule her an appointment for August 5th. Or whatever. And I'm like, absolutely not. So I go to the front desk and I say, listen, she has been hospitalized for 12 days. I have been calling here since last Monday, and I have flown here from Georgia. She needs to be seen by the doctor today. I need orders. There are things that we need to get done. She needs to be seen today. And so the girl is, she's doing her job. I'm not mad with the girl at the counter. We don't have no appointments today. Oh my God, the doctor is really booked. Let me go ask my manager. Go talk to her. So she came back. She was looking. She was like, I was like, baby. I said, baby. I don't want to end up on WSVN Channel 7 News for turning this place upside down with all these seniors in here. She has been hospitalized for 12 days and she's home alone in the daytime. I need to see somebody, and I need to see somebody today. So she said she had an 11:20 appointment. Then they were like, oh, but the doctor doesn't even have all of her hospital records from Memorial Regional. I said, I got my chart. I got enough. When I went to Florida State University, got my degree in economics, and people ain't told me shit about medical transcription, this bitch, but I know how to run my mouth and I know how to read. I tell her ass what's wrong. She had a UTI, she had colitis, she had sepsis, she had abnormal sugar, abnormal heart rate, and abnormal blood pressure. What more do you need to know? These the medicines they gave her. This the discharge summary. Oh, she gonna be seen today. Okay. So long story short, they were like, well, send us whatever you can off of the summary sheet. We gonna get her in with the doctor. Here's the funny thing. Black doctor. Shouts out to Dr. Larissa Georgian at Conviva, North Miami. I actually absolutely love her doctor. Dr. Georgian spent about 35 minutes back there with us, and I know that that's not customary. I know they do like 12 and 15 minutes. And then as we were talking, I got to ask the doctor everything I wanted, what we needed to do. And then she was like, well, you can come back then. I said, listen, can you give me a direct number? Because I cannot deal with this call center shit. And the doctor gave me her direct cell phone number that's associated with her work phone. She gave me her work phone number, and she put me in her work phone number. And I got the email address for her nurse's assistant, because that's the person I had to email my aunt's medical records to. So because I do like her doctor, and she's a Black woman doctor, I am willing in this moment to deal with Conviva just a little bit until we get her situated. Okay. Long story short, another doctor came in the room, and they basically said, my aunt's vitals are fine, and said that she just needs to stick to her medicine regimen right now, and she will eventually be fine, but she is recovering, that she's been in the hospital for 2 weeks, that she's 71 years old, and that it just is what it is in terms of her recovery, and that she needs to stick to her medicine. My aunt isn't really eating right now, so we're giving her glucerna and smoothies. The doctor said that they were not really worried about her not eating, just as long as she was drinking. I got the Freestyle Libre in her room. I just checked it right now, and her blood sugar is at a 134. So this is great. This is helping us as the family manage her diabetes and so on and so forth. So everything is going well. I told the doctor we need home health, and she said, well, the way it works with us at Conviva is that we send it to a third party. The third party is going to send a nurse to the house. The nurse will make the assessment of the house and of if she needs a home health aide and how many hours. I just got to rock with it in the meantime, in between time, because she's got Humana Medicare insurance. But I'm feeling more confident because she does need to go to assisted living. And honestly and truthfully, if she continues on this upswing, there probably would be very little need for the home health aide. And we as a family, we are seeing progression each day as each day goes on. So that's what's going on with my aunt. Beautiful thing. Shouts out to all of that. Thank you guys so much for being supportive and understanding my absence. Yesterday will not be my only absence. I have to deal with this until it's dealt with. But that's what's going on with my aunt. And last but not least, don't forget to book the cruise. Legra is going to be on the show this week to talk about the cruise, the new location, and all of those good things. And let's get this show started. Don't forget, guys, if you want your good marijuana treats, go to mikastreatsllc.com and use promo code FUNKY2020 in order to get your discount. All right, guys, it's time to move on to the part of the show that I didn't want to deal with today, that none of us wanted to deal with. I took a nap yesterday after I got back to the hotel from dealing with my aunt. And when I woke up, first thing I saw was Malcolm Jamal Warner passed away in Costa Rica as a result of drowning. And this one hit different. It hit different. Just now, guys, my alarm went off. Oops. My alarm went off from my aunt that's telling her to take her medicine. Beautiful thing. This hit different. It hit different for a multitude of reasons. It hit different because he was all of our brothers. It hit different because Theo was non-problematic, ain't never bothered nobody, was never in any drama, and he was just always flew under the radar. It hit different because we as Black people were just proud to see this shining exemplary example of a Black man working across decades in television, always playing a positive role, always acting his behind off. And every time Theo popped up on our screens, we lit up. He was a household name. He was every black mom's son. He was everybody's brother, cousin, nephew, uncle, boyfriend. He was and will be cemented in history of one of the most exemplary examples of a black entertainer. He will single-handedly be responsible for showing black boys that you don't have to be a thug, that everything is not an episode of Power or Raising Canaan. He will be an example of what it looks like to be cool because you come from a two-parent household and you educated and you don't walk around with your pants sagging and calling people the N-word and all of those other exemplary examples of how we would want ourselves to act and be perceived as a culture. This just hit hard, and last but not least, because he was so young. He was so young. And there are certain people who are entertainers, and there are other people that we just feel like we know. You know what I'm saying? And we grew up with Theo. Our kids grew up with Theo. Whenever we watch reruns of the Cosby Show, it takes us back to that era when we were young and we felt good watching it on NBC at night. All of those things. He was, you know, and I'm not gonna lie, if I'm being honest, this hit harder than if the articles would have said Bill Cosby passed away. You know what I'm saying? I think we expect older people to pass, especially older people who have lived long, full lives. This, not him. He don't bother nobody. Not him. Now, in the midst of our grief, I went to check the funeral fund because y'all know we had all of that money left from Kamala inauguration party that we never threw. And there was about $4 million left in the account. I had called the leader of the Mississippi Mass Choir, and they said they need $2,500 per choir member, plus per diem, plus flight, plus a 4-star or better hotel. So y'all, that's gonna be about 700,000 alone, okay? And then I ain't spoke to Fedra in a long time. I called Fedra and I said, Fedra, we gonna need 12 dubs. And then she said, why do 12? Why not do 54? And I said, well, how much the dubs cost? And she said she gonna see if she can get them. She said the dubs is normally 150, but she gonna see if the man could get us the dubs for $100. So the man said he get us the dubs for $100. So we got 5,400s in dubs. And then I had to go to the Haitian Woo lady to see if she could conjure up a spell to speak to Mr. Ed and see if we can get, because I'm trying to save us some money, see if we can get some wild horses. Okay, because y'all, we can't spend, I don't want a family car. Okay, I want the family to pull up like Cinderella in horse and carriage. And it's gonna take 2 horses to pull each carriage. Felicia Rashad and the Cosby people, that's 3 carriages right there. The immediate family, that's 2 carriages. The extended family, that's 6 carriages. Then we got all the executives and all the other cast. So we're going to need about 30 carriages with 2 horses apiece or whatever. I called the horse whisperer and we've been unsuccessful in getting in contact with some wild horses or whatever because the white man don't came over here and made them all extinct. So I guess we're going to have to pay full price for the horses. The horses in the carriage, each horse is $2,000 a piece for a full day. Okay. And baby, we riding, we shutting down the whole city. Traffic going to be stopped. Horses and horse shit going to be all on the boulevard. Okay. Horses. And then I call Exhibit. From Pimp My Ride to see if they can put some speakers on the back of the carriages. Okay. Because in between each carriage, we're going to have a parade float. Okay. Fantasia gonna be on the first float, singing her ass off as we drive the body around the city. And then we got Fantasia. We got Jennifer Hudson. We got Yolanda Adams. We got Kirk Franklin and all them people, Tamala Man and all them. Now behold the Lamb, the precious Lamb of God. We got 4 more parade stages in between each one. Now, I was trying to get a hold of Beyonce, okay? But Beyonce, people said, since I talked about her daughter and since I talked about Chloe Bailey, for me to get my ass off her line, okay? And I was just hoping maybe, just maybe, you know what I'm saying? We can put our differences aside, but I don't think we're going to be able to get Beyonce. Plus, they said she on tour. She not going to be able to take off because we can't refund all these people money. We have 4 parade stages left in between the carriages, y'all. So I'm trying to see. Somebody said Leandria Johnson, but we can't trust her. Leandria probably. Leandria. We don't need the people saying Leandria was arrested after Malcolm Jamal film because she was cutting up in the street for indecent activity or whatever they call it, disobedient conduct, disorderly conduct down to the streets. We're gonna have to pass on Leandria. All right. We could get Kiki. And since Tamar just did the Mary J. Blige thing, now I could probably get Tamar for free. We just have to cover Tamar flight. We have to cover her flight and give her per diem. I can probably talk to Tamar and get her for free, or at least get her reduced. Kiki need the money because she got all them kids. We could probably get Kiki for $1,200. We could probably get Kiki for $1,200. Or whatever. The people say they don't want to. Okay. I'm trying to see. Okay, we get Kiki. We got 2 more stages or whatever. Do y'all want Raven Simone to come on and sing That's What Little Girls Are Made Of? That's what little girls are made of. And I'm now follow me here. I'm hoping if we get Raven Simone, because Missy helped produce some of that, we can just go ahead and get Missy for free for the culture. I'm hoping we could just get Missy for the culture. She could be on the float with Raven Simone, y'all. Or because I know our emotions is bringing us to want to spend all the money, but we got to save some of the money because look, 'tis the season, folks is checking on up out of here. We can't spend up all the money, especially because we ain't did no fundraisers lately. I'm trying to think now. Do y'all want to get them Africans that be turning the caskets upside down for the pallbearers? Because we could get them to flip it, baby, and they can flip it. The people said no. Yeah, y'all right. We don't need them flipping the casket because, baby, they drop this man, we gonna be double traumatized again. Okay, the people said they don't want Raven Simone. They say, is y'all want Kelly? Kelly Price might redeem herself if she come and sing down to this film. All right. The food. Here's the thing. You know, all of us, we black like this and not like this, right? And the Huxtables went out of their way to not be traditional Negroes. They was real classy based. They was elevated. As much as I feel like we want comfort food, I'm just thinking to myself, what would the Huxtables have at their repast? Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and allocate, I say 500. Oh, shit. We got to feed 500 people. I guess we go ahead and allocate. I guess we're going to have to allocate about 800,000 to the food alone for the food and the venue. So, I mean, real quick, guys, what are we having on this menu? All right. Somebody said prime rib. Somebody said Cornish hens. Now, I'm thinking we could save money, y'all, if we do the side orders family style. Lobsters, lamb chop. The people is in the comments saying pretty place. Of course, we're going to have pretty place head up the situation, but we will be taking bids for other restaurants in the greater New Jersey area to subcontract some of this, because pretty place cannot cook the food for all of these people. We are, and quiet as it's kept, pretty place in my house right now, laying on the sofa watching the show, trying to take the list down. So y'all started, we don't want no damn ambrosia salad. Arugula is fine. The people is saying hoagies, lamb chops, asparagus. The next person that put wings in the chat getting kicked out the funky one. This is classy based, bitch. Okay, Claire Huxtable don't eat lemon pepper wings. She ain't never had it. Okay, lemon pepper is for the low end friend. Okay, bougie people don't eat lemon pepper, and they don't eat ranch, and they don't eat ketchup. None of that would be down to the thing. The people saying roast beef, oxtail, peas and rice, shrimp Alfredo. Cliff love hoagies. We'll do that. Y'all around here playing. We're gonna come back tomorrow and get the food menu together, because this is a lot to plan, and I'm about to be overtaken with grief. Okay, I'm about to be over beef Wellington we can have. I'm about to be overtaken with grief, and I'm not a fan of normally doing this, but we're gonna have to call on Tyler Perry, Oprah, Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, Don Johnson, Beverly Johnson, and Johnson & Johnson to help us sponsor some of this stuff going on, because one organization cannot sponsor the whole doggone fume. With that being said, our thoughts and prayers and condolences go to the Warner family. And I'm praying for you guys' comfort during this trying time. Ozzy Osborne died. And on to our political corner. House Republicans pushed to rename the Kennedy Center Opera House after we ain't got no money for him. Okay? We ain't got no money. We ain't got no money for him. We ain't got none. We go moving on to the political corner. Okay, somebody said I'm dead, and so is he. Okay, moving on to the political corner. House Republicans pushed to rename the Kennedy Opera Center house after Melania Trump. House Republicans don't bump their goddamn head. Let me tell y'all something, and I ain't even much gonna lie to y'all. I don't got a lot of smoke for Melania Trump, because one thing about this lady, she just doing what her enslaver be telling her to do. She really don't bother nobody. If anybody that don't like that man more than us is her. She don't even like that man. She don't even agree with that damn man. That lady just wanted her family over here. All she care about is eating good, dressing good, and Barron. Okay, Barron or Byron, whatever the hell his name is. I don't have a lot of smoke for this lady. I really don't. I really don't think Melania Trump is a bad lady. I just think she's in a bad situation or whatever. But I will say this. I think that she is the most uneventful first lady that we've ever had. The bitch ain't known for nothing. The bitch ain't known for nothing. She ain't known for nothing notable. The most notable thing this lady did was roll her eyes behind her husband back at a press conference. While his ass is over there trying to cement Rose Kennedy's rose garden, you would think that someone like her would come behind and say, no, I'm finna take my ass out there and prune the roses. She just good for, ain't worth a damn. Melania Trump ain't worth a damn. You know what I'm saying? And why I'm not all in white people business and I don't pretend to be all steeped in the knowledge of what's going on, why is it that not only does Donald Trump have a wild hair up his ass for black and brown people, but he also has a wild hair up his ass for the Kennedys? Like, you know what I'm saying? All this white on white violence and this white on white crime, this white on white crime is upsetting me and my homegirl. And if you can't go to Rose Kennedy Rose Garden when you visit the White House, where the hell could you go? Bitch, we could go to Caprini Green if we wanted a goddamn cement, if we wanted a hot bitch. We could get in the time machine and go back to elementary school if we wanted a hard court to play box ball on, or play kickball, or play double dutch. When we come to the White House, bitch, we don't want to see a parking lot where the Rose Garden was supposed to be. So while I think they should name something after her, how about they name the gift shop at the White House after her? not the Kennedy Center. As much as we have the Kennedy Center honors, and see, that's the thing. They know that we always have events there, and I'm gonna tell you something what the people gonna do. They just gonna stop having shit there. You name that thing after Melania Trump, baby, that thing is going to be closed down and run down like some of them old Chitlin Circuit theaters that black people used to frequent way back in the 30s and 40s and the 50s, back during Martin Luther King them time. Don't nobody want to go to nothing in memoriam of Melania Trump. And the sad part about it is I still think that she has plenty of opportunity to do something impactful. I mean, girl, write a children's book. Be spotted on some pictures reading to some disprivileged children's. Just ain't did nothing. Ain't what for them. Speak up for immigrants. Why don't you? I'm not going to spend too much time on this next story because I'm just not in the mood to be upset. This guy right here, I want to say something to y'all. This is going to be so mean, but I was yesterday years old. I was yesterday years old when I finally understood with my whole heart, my whole mind, my whole body, and my whole soul why certain groups of white people are racist. This picture alone, it explained absolutely everything to me. I have never felt the level of pathetic, inferior energy radiate off of a person until I watched these interviews on Instagram. And it was nothing but a round robin of goofy, doofus-like white boys spewing all this hateful, fascist rhetoric. There is no woman in her right mind that would ever take her panties off and open her legs for anything as pathetic as this. And when you occupy the earth with this spirit and in this body, honestly and truthfully, you have no other choice but to be hateful in order to feel good about yourself. That makes you a fascist. Like, follow me here. One of these things is not like the other. Like, you walk through the mall and you do realize that you are literally the lamest person in the mall. Like, I'm not going to lie, guys. And there's just something about my character that I always find a way to have empathy for people and understanding people. I get it. I get it. Nobody would ever want to be him. Nobody. He don't even want to be him. And could you imagine the prison it is to have to walk this earth for an entire lifetime being this person? I would be mad at other people too. I would be, oh my God. It's just like, I'm going to tell you something. There is absolutely nothing a person like this could ever do or say to make me upset my makeup or disturb my tears. I could be walking to my mailbox and this boy could be standing across the street and call me 300 niggers from across the street. And I promise y'all, I will continue to read my mail and walk back in. There is absolutely nothing about somebody like this that could ever move me to chorus. He could never upset me. The level of sympathy that would just overtake me by just looking at him, I would just be like, Lord, bless his heart. Bless his heart. And so then what happens, guys, is that you get a room of people like this who have the same esteem levels, the same outlook on life, the same political views, and it's just a round robin cluster F of BS. This person and Mitch McConnell, same person. Him and Mitch McConnell, same person. And it's funny because when I first heard Dr. Frances Cress Wellesley's theory about racism, and in short, she says essentially white people and racism is in their DNA. She says that she theorizes that racism is necessary for their genetic survival. Because the world over time is darkening and browning and whatever. And it's just weird to me because when I first saw it, when I first heard that, it didn't sit well with me, right? I was like, what type of militant fight the power Black Panther stuff is this? But as I dug deeper and you look at somebody like this, it is necessary for his genetic survival because no woman, black, white, green, brown, terracotta color, wants to procreate with that. Who would want to have a baby with that? With anything, and again, follow me here. It's not about his aesthetic. This is not an aesthetic thing. The world is filled with beautiful people and ugly people. It's not his aesthetic. There is an energy. There is an energy that radiating from off of him. And I hate to refer to anyone as inferior because I don't think it makes me better. I don't think it makes me any better than a white person who thinks that we're inferior. So I definitely try to refrain from calling entire groups of people inferior because I don't believe that. But I do believe that this is inferior. And I do believe that him and others like him, they know that they are inferior and that the only thing they have to hold on to is that tiny little thing called racism. And even with it, they still go home at night and cry. Even with racism and all the privileges that come along with it, they still go home and stew in envy and jealousy and all of those other negative emotions because they can't be something or somebody else. Like, yeah, if I was standing in the grocery store next to a Black person, a Latin person, and I was him, I would be upset too that God made me that way. I would too, or whatever. But anyway, the story is not even about all of that. The story is about the fact that he lost his job and now he done ran over there trying to do a GoFundMe. He pulled 30,000 in. And the beautiful thing is it don't even matter because all those MAGA goofballs are going to donate. And somebody said, Funky, do the face again. That makes you a fascist. I guess I am. I felt so bad for him, the secondhand embarrassment. But anyway, just like the Kyle Rittenhouse and all those other stories, the MAGA folks love it. His ass will be fine. You will be fine. And the fact that, y'all don't got so emboldened by y'all's president and y'all don't believe in consequences. And he's going to put, I got fired from my job for my political beliefs. Well, your political beliefs are some BS. And the fact that you were bold enough to spat out those political beliefs on a public platform as large as the one you did, you deserve to have been fired. Moving right along. Jackie Christie and her daughter. In the words of Luther Vandross, I want to take my time and do this thing, y'all. Can I do that? And I'll do that. And I will. Yes, I will. Yes, I will. Now, I'm not going to take my time. I'm just going to cut straight to the chase. I got two schools of thoughts. I'm going to give you my surface level school of thought first. Then I'm going to give you the deeper school of thought. First school of thought, Chantel deserved everything that happened to her. I haven't watched Basketball Wives this season, but I did watch the scene several times. It is beyond evident that Chantel was trying to get a moment, okay? You can tell Chantel took a bath. She put some FDS spray and some powder on her pussy. She put her deodorant on. She sprayed on her good perfume. She steamed her dress, put on her high heels and her red lipstick with the intention of coming to film this scene to get the shit started. And the more and more Jackie pulled away, the more and more she pushed and she pushed and she pushed until she actually physically pushed. Jackie tried to walk away. Jackie tried to leave. Jackie went to another room. She was adamant about making an ass and trying to embarrass her mama for whatever reason, and maybe her reasons are valid for wanting to do it. I don't know. But she was determined. She was determined to get Jackie to act out of character. And in that, she wanted a moment where Jackie acted out of character, but she would have been the winner of the situation. This girl got so infuriated that Jackie would not give her what she was looking for that she pushed her, and Jackie gave her what she was looking for. I don't give a damn. And I'll be the first person to tell y'all, I've cussed out my mama and my daddy and don't fear no ways about it. And it was completely warranted. And I don't give a damn what y'all in y'all Bible said. Okay. I've cussed out my mama and my daddy. But you don't put your hands on nobody. And then I find it troubling that you thought that you were going to come on your mama job where she done been on for over a decade on her platform and blow her up on her shit. You thought you was gonna come down to this lady job house and blow her up on her shit. Okay. And then going around talking about that's why Doug's gonna leave you and tell him how your husband's gonna divorce you. And now, you know, there's a lot to read in between the lines. I think Chantel hit Jackie with that Doug is going to divorce you thing, not because Doug is going to divorce Jackie. I honestly think Doug don't pay Jackie ass no attention, and that probably therein lies the problem. But I think that over the years, Chantel has picked up on the fact that Jackie Christie is probably extremely insecure about her husband, hence why she traveled every single place he went, hence why she gets married every doggone year. It's deeper than Jackie Christie is just crazy. You know what I'm saying? I think Jackie needed that reassurance every year that this my man and he's not going nowhere. I think that Jackie maybe, you know what I'm saying, obsessed and slightly insecure about her husband. And I think over the years, Chantel's picked up on that. And that is why she was, Doug's going to leave you, because that's one of Jackie's biggest fears. Now, while the entire internet is on Jackie Christie's side, okay? The entire internet is on Jackie Christie's side on the surface level, on a subterranean level, and on a deeper level. Jackie Christie went wrong somewhere raising her children. There are some deep parental wounds that Jackie's children carry. I like Jackie Christie. I got Jackie Christie phone number in my phone. Jackie, your children are deeply disturbed, and it's by something you did or something you did not do. And so, with that being said, at the end of the day, I am of the belief that where Jackie and her children are in this moment, the onus still lies on Jackie. Like, Jackie, your children have a deep disdain for you. Your children carry a deep desire to see you torn down, to see you punished, to see you beat, to see you hurt, to see your image torn down. They have a deep desire to see you humbled. Something happened to them. A lot of people are speculating she put that man before them. Possibly. Jackie, you went wrong somewhere. And a lot of us go wrong in life. And maybe Jackie did the best she could with what she had. Maybe it wasn't intentional. I don't think anybody wakes up and says, I want to F my children up today. I don't think anybody wakes up and says, I want to have children. I want to mess them up in the head. But Jackie, there was something that you did or that you did not do that left your children. You know, it's one thing to have one. And Chantel was supposedly the favorite child. Here is what I need. I need Takari and I need Chantel. I need y'all to find Iyanla, and I need y'all to find a way to work with y'all's relationship, because it's starting to shake out that y'all probably have more in common than you don't. And y'all may have pain from different angles, but one of my favorite quotes is, pain is pain. We've all been through the same thing on one level or another. One more time for the slow people in the back. Pain is pain. We have all been through the same thing on one level or another. And you and Takari have been through the same thing on one level or another. This is sad. And y'all, I don't even know if therapy can help this. My degree in economics, so I wouldn't be the best to speak on it. But moving right along and speaking on other troubled daughters. Diamond Tanker, y'all remember her from Bravo with
her here?
Baby, she done went to jail. She done went down to Walmart and hit a lady with a rock full of socks. She alleged that the lady stole her iPhone and a $900 purse. Take a listen.
Told officers that 21-year-old Diamond Tankered, you see her here, she allegedly came up behind the other woman and grabbed her hair and took her $1,500 iPhone and $900 handbag. The victim's grandmother said Tankered had a sock filled with rocks and used it in the alleged attack. Tankered was arrested and charged with attempted murder. Back in December, she was charged after allegedly intentionally hitting a woman with her car. She is a former child TV star who appeared on a show on Bravo. The victim told officers that 21-year-old
child, the show is so insignificant. News reporter Fish didn't even know the name of the damn show. And I don't even remember the damn name of the show either. So y'all know the Tankered man, the religious man, and he's responsible for all that music that y'all hear when y'all go in Cheesecake Factory. They was on Bravo. Black family. I think they lived in like Maryland, D.C. area or whatever. Jewel Tankered and the other man. It was, look, you know, little corny Cosby Show like family. Anyway, the Tankards was a show. The big thing about this is basically Vanessa Huxtable took a sock full of rocks and hit somebody. That's the reaction you're supposed to be having in this moment. She's Vanessa Huxtable, comes from a great family, rich, black wealth. You expect Sexy Red to go to jail for knocking somebody upside the head with a bag full of socks, bag full of rocks, and not Vanessa Huxtable. That's the takeaway. Oh, they say they live in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Same thing, child. Maryland, Murfreesboro, same thing. Moving right along. Shannon Sharpe. I'm not going to spend a lot of time here. Shannon Sharpe's multi-million lawsuit against the sexual assault girl was dismissed with prejudice. his 50 million lawsuit, we already know that he paid the girl off. Excuse me, y'all. Hold on one second. We already know he paid the girl off. Excuse me. That's my nose ring. At the same time in which this news broke, Shannon Sharpe's accuser retires from OnlyFans after lawsuit settlement. So here is the deeper story. The deeper story is nobody on OnlyFans really want to be there. It's the love of money. Nobody from OnlyFans really want to be there. That was the takeaway I got from this. Nobody who playing in between their legs and in their butt on OnlyFans really want to do that. They just want the money. And now that she's gotten money, her morality has come back to her. All of a sudden, now that she got some money, morality has re-entered the building. And she don't need to do it no more because she don't got all of his money. And she got quite a nice penny of it where she said, I don't have to be on OnlyFans anymore. And the unfortunate thing about it is, Shannon, you keep getting in trouble messing around with these white snow bunnies. And it's very hard for us to feel bad for you, brother. Because one thing that I know about attraction and what people like sexually and what's going on in people's head, one lawsuit don't change that. If you attracted to prepubescent looking little white girls over the age, I'm not implying that he's messing with underage girls. If that's what you attracted to, and they say her lawsuit was settled, 20 million was her settlement. So here's the thing. Here's the other thing. If you voluntarily or almost voluntarily gave that girl $20 million, she had something on you. She had something on you. And I guess you learned from Puffy, bitch, settle. Settle. You settled real quick, bitch. It was an expensive ass lesson. And I'm not saying or suggesting that interracial relationships are bad, but I will say this, interracial relationships that are entered into as a result of trauma, self-hatred, pain, or for some other insidious and nefarious reason will always end in calamity and turmoil. It's one thing for you to just be in a random coffee shop and you will walk across a white girl and y'all lock eyes and y'all fall in love for all the genuine reasons. And then there's another that you a grown ass rich black man as dark as you is, I'm going to use the word praying on little white things because you got some unresolved something. It's beyond obvious you got a thing for young looking white girls. And I think if you sit down with a therapist and you get to the why and you heal up the why, this would never happen. Now, in this moment, I don't want to be accused of pandering to black women because that's not what I'm doing. But the simple fact is the sister wouldn't have did you like this. You would have found safety in a sister's arms because she would have understood you. A sister would have never went into this with these type of intentions. Incog says he's gay. I don't know if he is or if he isn't. And here's the thing, and we like Shannon Sharpe. We like Shannon Sharpe. We like Shannon Sharpe. Shannon, it's very disappointing to us because you got caught up in something that we all saw from the get-go that was not going to end well. It's just, how do you not see you being Shannon Sharpe and messing with a white girl that age is not going to end well? Like, how did you see that was not going to end well? And that is why these types of relationships are inappropriate. They may be legal, but they're inappropriate. and inappropriate things happened as a result. So I hope you got enough money to get you a cheeseburger left after that girl finished taking your ass to the damn cleaners. God have mercy. Tyrese begged for help, contacted Mary J. Blige, and listen. No! No! Tyrese hasn't quite hit Kanye West level, but he's on his way there. Let me tell you something. Mary J. Blige don't appreciate this. Mary J. Blige do not appreciate being in the blogs because Tyrese trying to call her. She told you, what's the 411, nigga? What's the 411? What's the 411? I got it going on. And yo, I got it going on. Her and Grand Pooba told y'all how to get in contact with her, bitch. Call 411 and ask them for Mary Renee Blige from the Bronx or from Yonkers or from wherever the hell she from. What's the 4? You got to call 411. That's how you get in contact with Mary J. Blige. And here is the funny thing that I was laughing. I was laughing because I'm like, how Tyrese can't get Mary J. Blige's number, but if I try hard enough, I could get it. Or I could get to somebody who got it. I'm like, Tyrese, you got enough people in your phone that got Mary J. Blige's phone number. And if you ain't got it, she don't want you to have it. And my whole thing is too, this is the same thing as people who I can't stand when a bitch texts me and say, call me. Don't text me, call me. Put in the text what you want. Because when you text me, call me, I feel like you finna ask me for some shit that I don't want to do. And you know it. If you got the time to text, call me, put in the text what you want. Hey, call me. I'm thinking about getting a new car. And what's the name of that man you got your car from again? How hard is that? Call me. My mama got diagnosed with kidney stones and I want your auntie doctor phone number. How hard is it for you to put that in the text? You will actually get me to call you back sooner if you tell me what you want. You talking about, I'm trying to reach Mary J. Blige, somebody, that lady is probably somewhere hiding up under a rock because she don't want to. I know she's sitting somewhere on the set reading her script for her next role. Tomorrow, oh Lord, what does this crazy Negro want? And the sad part about it is, Tyrese, in the era of Maxwell going on tour and this resurgence of male crooners, Tyrese, all you got to do is sing. Tyrese, you ain't even got to do none of this. And Tyrese, we ain't got no good music from you in so long. I promise you, everything you looking for by way of attention, we would give you if you just made some music and sing. Tyrese, go get in a music video with Glorilla or Lotto. Tyrese, go get in a music video. We will take a Tyrese and Sexy Red video at this moment. Tyrese, I promise you, if you just sing, we will love on you, Tyrese. We will love you down to the ground. We'll take our panties off and throw them on the stage. We'll let you hit it from the bike and roll around to the front. We will do all of that for you, Tyrese. If you just sing, Tyrese. Just sing and stop. Somebody wrote something the other day and they said, I liked it better when PR people and publicists spoke on behalf of celebrities, that they've gotten too close to us now. And I 100% agree. I liked it. You know, social media is great for what it's great for, but I liked our 80s and 90s level of celebrity where they were these untouchable people that we did not know much about their lives. We only knew what their PR people put out there and what photos the paparazzi could find. At this point in life, now we know too much about y'all. We know too much of y'all business. We have too much access to y'all. Y'all circumvent y'all publicists and run to the internet with everything and completely just mess up y'all brands. Tyrese, we want you to drive cars in Fast and the Furious, and we want you to sing. Quite matter of fact, give us another Baby Boy if you bored. Call it Baby Man if you will. But please stop it with the media antics, Tyrese. Please stop. Our second to the last story, guys, and we're going to get on up out of here. San Francisco, I got a problem with y'all. All right, San Francisco is set to ban homeless people from living in RVs due to strict new parking limits. Take a listen.
We've had, over the past several years, a growing crisis around RV homelessness. Today, there are nearly 500 large, oversized vehicles dotting the roadways across San Francisco. And the current situation is unsustainable. It's not a good situation for families to be raising their children in RVs.
So the legislation does multiple things. Restriction for large vehicles. It is RVs where people live, but it's also other large vehicles. No more than 2 hours on a city street, while they are working with the Department of Homelessness to secure permanent housing with a subsidy. It also provides a program for buying those vehicles from the families.
Instead, what they're saying is, we want people to move out of these RVs into housing, but we still have thousands and thousands of people on the streets who also need housing, and there's not enough for everybody. And I'm really worried about immigrants getting cast out of the sanctuary city.
So I gotta go to bed like around 5. It's not easy to be in a place like this. It's not easy, but they try to do it even harder, which I don't think is right. So where we gonna move then? Go to.
I'm gonna pause the video right there because it gets lengthy. I have a problem with this. I have a problem with criminalizing homelessness. I have a problem with criminalizing homelessness, right? I think that this is an excellent alternative for people. I think they said, okay, we can't afford housing, but we can't afford an RV. We're going to get one. And now y'all going to create parking situations to prevent the RVs. Like, y'all doing everything except giving the people. And granted, I know that we can't just wave a wand and give everybody a place to stay. But my whole thing is, you can't tell the people they can only park for 2 hours somewhere and don't have the housing ready. You put the cart before the horse. Have the housing. The day you tell me I can't park my RV for somewhere for more than 2 hours, you need to be telling me where I can lay my head. Not I need to get on a list. Not I need to go talk to a social worker to get on a subsidy. You need to tell me where I can lay my head if I can't park my RV. So here is the next thing I think people should do. I think it's going to create an underground market, but I think that homeowners in San Francisco should allow people to park their RVs on their yard for a small fee. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's almost as if the legislation wants people to be sleeping on Skid Row and wants people to be sleeping on the streets. And they're doing the same thing in Miami. So there was an underground market in Miami where people were putting old trailers and old manufactured homes in their backyards, especially in the Hialeah area. A lot of people were putting 2 and 3 mobile homes or manufactured homes in their backyard and was renting them out to people. And honestly and truthfully, I think it's a beautiful thing. I think that that's what community help and community looks like. Folks can't afford these apartments. Everything is going up except the wages. So I think living in the RV, I think that is a great, here is what you need to do. Here is what you need to do. All of these dilapidated buildings, all of these run over parking lots, all of these grassy lots that are owned by the state and the city. If the issue is the RVs being parked on the side of the road, then why not let them park them RVs in a city sanctioned parking lot? I'd rather have the RV homelessness contained in one space where they can be patrolled by police, so on. It's like, make it easy for the people. It is easier for y'all to wave a magic wand and unlock one of them parking lots or one of them government buildings. That is far easier and far more immediate than y'all finding these people housing with subsidies that don't exist and social workers who already have huge caseloads. And I know I'm not the smartest person in the doggone room. So if on the fly, I was able to think about that, then why not? Y'all have police on the payroll, create big art. That to me is an immediate solution. If your concern is the people being parked on the side of the road, y'all got all these dilapidated buildings, and all these people need is a parking lot. Put some patrol officers out there. That seems like a cheaper, more immediate fix that's within the government's purview to get them people off the road right now. When you tell somebody they can't stay here, you got to provide them somewhere to stay. So I don't have a problem with a police officer writing a citation and saying, you can't stay here. You need to go to RV park. Set up 2 or 3 of them around the city. That's the solution. And it's far cheaper than putting them up in housing that does not exist and trying to provide them with subsidies with money that don't exist in this economy. Last but not least, girl, we're going to get on up out of here. Y'all cousins over there on Spirit got denied because she got on the plane with her coochie cutters on. Take a look.
This is just regular shorts. This is how I walk through the airport. This is how I walk through the airport with these shorts on. With my robe. This is exactly how I had my clothes.
Your boarding pass, please.
As Tanasia Grayer approached the Spirit ticket counter, tensions quickly grew. She was just told she wouldn't be allowed on her flight back to Chicago.
I'm right here. You need to get out my face. You don't have to address me like that. You can say whatever you need to say from right there. You don't have to get in my face.
You don't get to tell me what to do.
And you don't get to tell me what to do.
Grayer says it all started over this outfit she wore to the airport. She says she wore similar shorts while traveling on a plane to Miami on Sunday.
We were getting ready to board the plane, and the lady at the front desk, she stopped me and said, "You're not getting on a plane like that." So I looked at her and I said, "Like what?" She said, "With those shorts." I said, "Everybody here has on shorts. What's the problem with my shorts?" And I've been in this airport for 40 minutes with my shorts and my robe on, and nobody addressed me about my attire. I'm confused. I'm confused. This is crazy.
That voice in the background is Grayer's sister, Jessica Kordolewski. So first, Tanasia says she can't get on her Spirit flight because of her outfit. And then, to make matters worse, she says her sister is arrested for disorderly conduct.
They treated me like a real criminal.
Back in the 1950s and 60s, air travel was a more luxurious and glamorous experience.
Here's the funny thing. I'm going to be very honest with you. She probably actually would have been able to get on the plane had she not had the robe on. Like when they showed the picture of her without the robe on, it literally just looked like she had a workout outfit on. It's something about the robe being on that took it to an even more underclass level. But even with that, we all like to look and be comfortable when we go to the airport. Why you want your whole coochie out? Like, and there is a fine line between policing people's attire and what's been acceptable. And we can argue about that later, but y'all, we got to draw the line somewhere. And the reality of the situation is that's that low end ghetto mess. And you got this Versace robe on, like the fact that you thought you was giving, the fact that you probably saved up all your McDonald's checks to get that robe. You wanted to stunt through the airport. You look dumb. You look dumb in public. I wouldn't give a damn if it was Versace, Fussace, and every other Sachi in between. You look dumb. And then it brought further attention to you. It made you look nude. Having the robe on made your shorts look extra stank. I promise you, had you pulled them shorts down just a little bit out that big old coochie and had a book bag on, you would have looked like a cheerleader or somebody going to the gym, getting on that plane. But having the robe on, it was just, can y'all raise y'all daughters better and talk to y'all nieces? Like, Black people, we are the only ones that get blasted in the media for this type of ignorant shit. It's just, and some of y'all get mad with me and you want to call it respectability politics, but it's just all about freaking being decent. Put on an A-Lo workout set with the pants or the tights. Put on a Hanes sweatsuit from Walmart. Like, why are you so hell-bent on having coochie cutters on and a Versace robe? Do you not realize you are the only person in the airport looking like this? And I call it the bonnet crew. You are the, I just hate that we have glamorized and glorified ratchet behavior before. And while I believe that everybody deserves representation, it's just, this is what happens when we let anything fly as a culture. This is what happens when we begin to like let the kids be kids. Oh, leave them kids alone. They ain't hurting nobody. This is what happens when the behavior goes unchecked for far too long. In the 90s and in the early 2000s, nobody would have ever, if anything, especially my generation, if anything, we would have did some dumb shit like try to put on some 10-inch heels and walk through the airport. That's the generation I come from. We would have tried to put on some 10-inch Christian Louboutin heels and the biggest Louis Vuitton bag we could find with a business casual blazer on, trying to give Microsoft CEO looking a hot ghetto feet hurting mess with red hair to the bike. That's what we would have gave. Okay, that's the way we would have stunted on them hoes. Everybody would have been looking like, child, look at her ghetto ass. I know her feet hurt. I know her feet hurt. And where she going, that big old fake ass bag on with them high ass heels. Girl, you in the airport. You doing way too much. That's what we would have been doing. And somebody said white girls did. Somebody wrote, white girls do it and don't get the same response. When are y'all, when are y'all going to understand that we don't get to do what white girls do? You're right, Scarlett J. Stop trying to do the same things white girls do. You won't get the same response. We're not white. It don't make it right. It don't make it fair. It don't make it just, but it is what it is. And I think the thing that's most upsetting is that as Black people, we already know what the rules of engagement are when we walk into certain spaces, and y'all still determined to try and challenge the status quo, and you ain't coming with Rosa Parks and Harriet Tubman energy. You got to be coming with NAACP energy when you trying to challenge the status quo and trying to challenge social norms. This ain't the way to break barriers because nobody's taking you serious with your whole pussy out. And you honestly expect us to believe that that Versace robe is real? You honestly expect us to believe it's real? I guess. Anyway, girl, I'm hungry. I'm finna go eat. I'll call y'all hoes later. Bye.